Hi guys, so today I am starting my decluttering series. So as you can see, we're starting with blushes, highlighters, contouring products, all that kind of thing. But just kind of starting out, I'm just sitting on the floor on my son's baby blanket just to kind of have everything laid out in front of me. And I'm going to sort everything into 3 groups. It's going to be either keep, declutter, or pan. Pan would be stuff that's like in Project Pan already, or something I want to pan like in the future, or I'm already kind of unofficially panning it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with blushes. Sorry if this is shaky, I'm filming with my phone because it's a lot better quality than my camcorder, and I'm kind of like obsessed with it. So starting down here with the NYX Baked Blushes. This one here is in Wanderlust. As you can see, it's broke and been leaking out onto the blanket and staining it, which makes me not so happy. This one, like I said, is Wanderlust though, so this is the one that was in my Project Pan, and it's broke. So this is actually going to go right into the garbage. I'm going to have to find something to replace this with in my Project Pan, but it fell, it broke, it took something else down with it that broke, which you guys will see just a little bit later. Next up is the NYX Baked Blush in Chiffon. This is one of my favorites. This is just a really beautiful blush for like fall time, or at least to me it's a fall blush. The only thing is it has this hard pan around the edges, which is really annoying, but the part right here you can see it's really beautiful. So I'm gonna have to kind of figure out how to deal with the hard pan, but I do love this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. Next up, this one here I believe is Journey. This one, it's one of my favorites because of the finish, but the color is just it's not what I expected. So I don't really love the color, but I do like it because it doesn't have as much glitter and as much of a sheen to it as some of the other baked blushes. It's kind of more of a satin. So this one I like the finish, but the color I don't love, so I'm going to declutter it. I'm just putting everything in this little Ulta bag right over here, so this is going to go right in there. Next up, this is the baked blush in Ladylike. This is the one I've used the most. Like when I hold it up, you can see it's almost like flat with the packaging. This one is beautiful. This is just a light, easy to wear pink. It's got kind of gold shimmer in it, but it's got glitter in it too, but the glitter doesn't really show up on the cheeks as much, luckily, with this one. So this one I am going to go ahead and keep as well. And then lastly, this one here is Foreplay. This one makes me think of that 70s show because this is what Casey calls Eric's foreman when he's making fun of him. But anyways, this one, it's beautiful in the packaging. It's stunning, but it just doesn't look very good on me. So this one too, I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. It's just a little too orange for me. 5 and we're down to 2. I think that's pretty good. Next up are the Milani blushes. These are beautiful, and I want to keep every single one of these because I love them. I just learned that these were limited edition, which I didn't know. So this one here is Romantic Rose. This one is a beautiful like brown nude color. This one here is Blossom Time Rose, and this one is kind of that NARS Orgasm-ish color where it's like a peachy pink with really beautiful gold shimmer in it. It's not glitter. I kind of think NARS Orgasm has like glitter in it, and this is more of a really fine shimmer. And then lastly is Coral Cove. This is one of my favorite summer blushes because, I mean, it's just that beautiful pop. So this is a really pretty one as well. On to this. This is the Sephora Colorful Cheek Ink Gel, and this is in the color Peony. I've used this twice. The first time went really well. The second time was a disaster and just too much of a hassle. But just kind of playing with it, I'm like, it's got a nice cooling sensation, which is really cool, but I just don't think it's something that I'm going to reach for or really use that much. So this I'm going to go ahead and toss into the clutter bag. Next, kind of onto some random blushes that I have. This first one here, this is the Becca blush, and this is in Flower Child. This one is new to my collection, but my goodness, this thing is beautiful. You really don't need a highlighter with these, but I still wear one anyways because who doesn't love to be a bit excessive with the glow? But anyways, this one is definitely beautiful, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this for sure. Next up is this Makeup Revolution. This is the matte blush. This is in the color Divine. This too I'm going to go ahead and keep because the first week that I got this, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't really have anything that's this bright, hot pink color, but I could not quit using this. So I love this. I'm going to go ahead and keep this as well. Plus the formula is really great. So I do kind of want to pick up more of these, but I've been restraining myself because the whole point is to declutter things, not keep adding to it. This is the Tarte Lip Blush in Celebrated. If you've been with me for a while, you know that this is one of my all-time favorite blushes. So this definitely isn't going anywhere. It's just a beautiful, like, nude blush. It doesn't really look like anything special in the pan, but on the cheeks, it just gives my skin such a beautiful, healthy glow. It's one of my favorites, so that'll be staying too. Next up is this ColourPop blush. This is in Between the Sheets. It's just, I don't know. I like it, but I don't love it, and I don't really want to keep it because it's kind of difficult to work with. If I apply it with a beauty blender, it comes out okay, but I feel like it still applies kind of patchy, and the consistency of these almost has like some kind of weird, it's just different. It's different than the highlighters. I feel like for some reason I thought the consistency would be the same, and maybe some other colors it is, but this one just, the consistency is not as good. So this one I'm going to go ahead and get rid of because it's just kind of hard to blend out and work with. Next up are these Wet n Wild blushes. I'm definitely keeping these two, the Princess Daiquiris and Mai Tai Buy You a Drink. Princess Daiquiris is a slight bit more pink, and Mai Tai Buy You a Drink is a little bit more peach, I think, and a little darker. But I love both of these. I wear them all the time. They're holy grail favorites of mine. However, this one here in a purple haze, I just have mixed feelings on. I don't know. It's a very icy, cool toned blush. It kind of fades from a light lavender purple down to a cool pink. And I just don't really wear this one as much. I'm going to give it another go though and just, you know, give it another shot. If I really am not wearing it again by the time I do another declutter, I'll probably get rid of it then. Next up is this Kat Von D blush. This is in Heartogram. I know she doesn't make these anymore, but this is so pigmented and so beautiful. It is a little hard to work with because of how pigmented it is and how fair I am, but I cannot get over how much I love this blush. Plus I'm kind of keeping it for sentimental reasons as well, so I'm going to hold on to it for now. If I don't use it this fall, I'll probably end up decluttering it eventually, but it's such a beautiful color. So that's going to stay for now. Lastly, of these two kind of random NYX blushes, this one here is just, you know, their old blush here. This is in Desert Rose. This is actually a dupe for Heartogram. However, Heartogram is a better like formula. It's a little bit creamier. These are good, but they're drier and just a tiny bit harder to work with. But since I have Heartogram and I don't wear it that much, I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. I think I've only used this twice. I bought this on clearance when the blushes were kind of on their way out and they were coming in with the HD blushes. So I'm going to declutter this one as well. And then lastly is the NYX HD blush in Taupe. I got this for contouring and I've hardly ever used it. I think in my last decluttering video I said I was going to give it another shot and see if I would use it, and I still have not. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this as well. I think I've only ever swatched that. I don't think I've even really used it. So this is what we are left with my single blushes. I think this is drastically better, and it's kind of nice because these are all things that I love. So there's nothing in here that I'm like, oh, maybe I'll use that, maybe I won't. So I'm really happy to see this go down. We're going to go ahead and move on to bronzers next. I'm going to pull those down here. So bronzers, you can see I only have 3. I'm pretty happy with this, and I really just kind of want to keep it this way. The Bare Minerals Bare Skin Sheer Sun Serum Bronzer, I just bought this. This is like my holy grail favorite. I'm obsessed with this. I got it in my Sephora Play box, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to like this, but I'm obsessed with it. It's a beautiful, sheer, natural looking bronzer, but you can also mix it in with foundations and make them darker. You can mix it in with body lotion to add a little bit of a sheer like glow to your skin or a little bit of a tan. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this, of course, because I love it and I just bought it. Same thing with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I just bought this not that long ago and I'm obsessed. I love it. It's one of my favorite bronzers for like more fair skin because you can do it really, really lightly, or you can kind of build it up and get a darker bronze. But I love these two, and I can actually pair these two together if I want. I can use the Bare Skin as a base and then put this on top, or I can wear them separately. And then I just received this in my play box today. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Bronzer. I'm going to have to try this out and see if it's going to be too dark for me because it does say medium deep. So I'll have to kind of try this out. I do love the Too Faced bronzers, but this might be on its way out depending on how it looks on me. But overall, I'm pretty okay with these. I did forget one more bronzing product, so let me grab that. This is the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Chiseled to Perfection Contouring and Highlighting Kit. It's pretty and I like it, but I don't love it. I just don't really reach for it, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this as well. They make pretty eyeshadows actually as well, but I'm just not really using it. So this I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. While we're on it, let's go on to the other little palettes I have. This is the Maybelline Master Contour Palette. I love this. I'm not crazy about the contour slash like bronzer color in here. It's kind of red, which is kind of weird. But the blush and the highlighter are beautiful. I love both of these and use them all the time. They're some of my favorites, especially the highlighter. I actually get a lot of compliments on that where people are like, oh, what highlighter are you wearing? And it's like, oh, it's Maybelline, which is kind of surprising. So I can use the contour color and deal with it, but I mean, these two are really more my favorites. So this I will keep because I feel like for the price that it was, even if it was just these two products, I'd be pretty happy with it. Next is this Benefit Real Cheeky Party Blushing Beauty Kit. I've pretty much used all of the other products in here. I've used them up or gotten rid of them, whatever the case may be. But this I'm just not loving. I just really don't want to keep this anymore. This is the Coralista Blush, Hoola, Sugar Bomb, Rockateur, and Dandelion. And as you can see, most of them you can still tell what they are, except for Dandelion. That's the only one where the name has rubbed off. Sugar Bomb, the name's still there, but it's just kind of hard to see. But I don't know, I just don't like this. These two blushes right here are too orange on me. Rockateur is beautiful, but Chiffon is, I think, prettier. And Dandelion's just really nothing special. And then it comes to Hoola, and Hoola's nice, I just don't love it. So this I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. I just don't use it, don't need it. Especially since these two, like I said, are kind of more orange on me. It does come with a little guidebook too on like things you could use the blushes for and how to wear them and whatnot, but I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of the packaging, which I know I could declutter them, but if I don't like the blushes that much to begin with, I feel like I might as well just declutter the whole thing. Moving on to highlighters, and you can see here I have kind of a bigger collection. I feel like a bigger collection than the last time I filmed my declutter video, but I'm going to start with this one right here. This is the Smashbox LA Lights Blendable Lip and Cheek Color. However, this is the highlighting one, so it's not really something I'd probably use on my lips unless I was, you know, just kind of highlighting the inner part of my lips. But this is a beautiful cream highlight stick. I love the color of this. It's beautiful. However, it's a little sticky feeling when I apply it, so if I don't use it a little bit more by next update, I might get rid of this, but the color is beautiful of this. So for right now, I'll keep this. Moving on to my Becca highlighters, I have, of course, Champagne Pop here, which I just keep in the box because I like the box and it's pretty. This I do like. I don't use it that much because I'm kind of more fair and I feel like this works better for me this time of the year when it's summer and I'm just like a shade or two darker. So this I will be keeping. And then I have some cream and kind of liquid ones. Well, actually this one here is a powder. This is Opal. Opal and Moonstone, I keep getting them mixed up and thinking that Moonstone is the one that would, you know, or that Opal is the one that would work for me, but really Moonstone's the one that probably would. And I'll go ahead and keep trying it out, and if it just really isn't working for me, I'll get rid of it next declutter, but the last few times I've worn it, it's been fine, so I'll probably end up keeping this. Plus, it's a mini one, so I feel like that's a little bit easier for me to kind of hold on to. And then I have two of the, what are these called? Shimmering Skin Perfector, and they're just like the liquid ones. This one's Opal. I got it as a free gift. This I think is what I'm going to use to replace Wanderlust in my Project Pan. Since we only have 5 months left of that, I don't want to put anything in that's going to be too difficult. And plus this will still be a little bit of a challenge for me because this is, again, it's Opal, so it's a little too dark for me, but I think I'll be able to mix this in with foundations and stuff and make it work. So I'm going to keep this for Project Pan. So that could kind of go over in the panning pile. And then this one here is Moonstone. And Moonstone looks really beautiful in the packaging. On the cheeks, I feel like it's really subtle, so I'll kind of have to keep playing around with this as well, but this might be panned eventually too. So this is what I'm keeping so far. Next is my Urban Decay. This is the Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Highlighter, and this was in Sin. This one is probably, it's just one of those highlighters that I looked at it and I was like, it's pretty, but I don't think I need it. And then upon swatching it and stuff, I was like, okay, I do need this. I went through a phase where I was wearing this like all the time for 2 weeks. Let's see if I can get it open. Yes, there we go. So I was wearing this a lot for like 2 or 3 weeks. So this I am obsessed with and I do love. So moving on to my Makeup Revolution ones, I have quite a few from them. I mean, let's just get this one out of the way. This is the other one that broke with the baked blush. They kind of got knocked over together. This one actually broke open and fell on the floor, and the powder, like I just scooped it up and put it back in there, but this, the like packaging doesn't even latch anymore, so I'm not going to bother repressing either one of them. I'm just going to toss them both out. But I'm sad because this is Radiant Lights, and this is one of my favorite highlighters. Urban Decay, the eyeshadow in Virgin, looks like a very similar cheek highlight though, so until I finish Virgin I won't repurchase this, but once I finish Virgin I'll come back and get this. It's a beautiful, really natural looking highlight, but I do have 2 more from the Vivid Baked line. This one is Peach Lights. This one I just don't like as much as the other 2, so I'm going to hold on to it for now, but if I don't really start using it more, I'm going to declutter it because it's just not... It just doesn't look as nice on me, I feel like, as Golden Lights does or Radiant Lights. So, I mean, I'll keep it for now, but I'm kind of on the fence about it. And with that, Golden Lights is the next one. This is like just this beautiful white kind of goldeny highlight. It's beautiful, it's stunning. This one's not going anywhere, so I'm definitely keeping that. This is the Makeup Revolution Shimmer Brick in Radiant. This is a little hard for me to use because of the deeper bronze colors, but if I stay up here in the lighter colors or if I swirl them all together, it's definitely more workable. Plus these are beautiful eyeshadows, and I don't have any like the Bobbi Brown shimmer bricks or anything like that, so I figured I would keep this and just kind of have this as my cheap dupe for that. So, plus it's very pigmented and creamy, so I will be keeping that. This is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Strobe Balm. This is beautiful. However, I just rarely ever use it because it's kind of a more unique highlight. It's kind of like a pinky peach. It almost looks purple at sometimes because of the duochrome in it. It's beautiful, but I just don't really reach for it, and it's not something, I don't know, it's just not the type of highlight I'd reach for. If you like a more unique highlight, I think you'd like this. So I have my little Benefit What's Up highlighter. This is obviously in Project Pan and on its way out, so we'll put that in the panning pile. And then we have my ColourPop highlighters. So these, I'm going to keep all of them, but some of them are kind of on the fence a little bit. For example, this one here in Spoon, it's a beautiful warm kind of champagne-y gold color, but the shimmer in it is silver, and it's just kind of a weird combination, I feel like. I heard so many people say that this was a beautiful highlight, but I just don't really love the way it looks on me. So I'm going to give it another go and just see, otherwise I probably will declutter it. This one is Fanny Pack, and the way everybody was going on about this one, I was like, this is going to be the best highlighter I've ever used. However, it's just an icy white highlight, and I don't actually love it that much. So, I mean, it's nice for more cool-toned looks, but I do normally wear more warm-toned looks. And I mean, I guess most of my highlighters are pretty warm, so I will keep this for more cool-toned looks, but it's kind of on the fence right now. And then same thing with this one here in Tease Cake. This one is a beautiful rose gold highlighter. It just doesn't really, I mean, I'm more fair, so it kind of doesn't work super fantastic on me. It makes a beautiful blush topper, and it's kind of a more subtle highlight because of the fact that it's, you know, a little darker, but it is beautiful, so I will keep this for now. And then the one that is absolutely not going anywhere, you can tell the name is like completely rubbed off, I've just used it so much. This is Lunch Money. This is my all-time favorite highlighter out of everything I own. I would get rid of all my other highlighters if it meant I just got to keep this one, because this is my absolute favorite. So I do love this, and the formula with these is fantastic. It's way better than the blush that I just got rid of. So this is everything I'm keeping. I think this looks way better than it did when we started. Obviously I just have like 2 little things in my pan pile over here, so these will stay for now, but they are on their way out. And then obviously there's everything I decluttered in the bag over here. So I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is kind of nice because this is just a collection of everything I like and love. So again, I'm pretty happy with this. The next declutter video I said I would have up would be my face products, so foundations and primers and stuff. And then from here, I'm not really sure where we're going, but we'll see. So that is it, and I will see you guys next time.